Joining us now, though, is Sam Vadas, contributor here for the Schwab Network. So, Sam, I mean, we discussed at length their AI segment and some of the top talent they've recruited. So now this is a very stark tone shift.
Yes, it is. Reportedly hitting the pause button now on that sort of aggressive hiring spree that we've been reporting on in recent months. Hard to sort of assess, to your point, Jenny, just in fact how the street really thinks about this, their feelings with regards to this report, just because of sort of the broader pullback we are seeing in tech across the board at the moment. But as you say, down almost 2% in trade today, coming off the back of this journal reporting suggesting that they do have this hiring freeze now, and that is after snapping up more than 50 people across the engineering and researching teams and really chucking these eye-popping salaries at them, as much as 9-figure type of compensation. So, I mean, this has just been a remarkable story that obviously we've been tracking. And this hiring freeze reportedly going into effect last week. It comes amid a broad restructuring of the group. I know that Meta did make the cut as far as FOMO last couple of days or so, based on some of the reporting around that restructuring. I'll get to that in a second. But it also means, according to this journal report, that current employees cannot also move across teams. Not sure how long this will actually go for, but Meta did confirm it to the journal, characterizing it as basic organizational planning, creating a solid structure for their new superintelligence efforts after bringing people on board and undertaking yearly budgeting and planning exercises. So we know that Zuckerberg has been really taking matters into his own hands here, really been very much proactive in some of the recruiting process as well, firing off messages on WhatsApp, for instance. The big question mark is around really, and I know this has been part of the conversation in recent months, what exactly these people are going to be doing once they've, joined the team. So as we've been reporting, of course, as well, we have seen this reorganization under Alex Wang, the fourth restructuring in about 6 months. And part of this is to divide the whole AI team up into 4 divisions. And one of those, of course, being the TBD lab, which has caught a lot of attention, obviously to be determined, which is interesting in itself. That, of course, sounds a little bit tongue-in-cheek, that, maybe the folks over at Meta are allowing some of those people to come in, give them a bit of credence and sort of figure out where they want to take things from here, how they're actually going to steer the ship. But this obviously is going to be focused on the LLMs after the latest Llama models failed to impress, weren't as good as expected. But, some are worried about maybe the combination of egos here based on, who they've brought onto the team. And then, there's also the other big question about, give us proof of all this spend. I mean, now that they've hit the pause button, might be a bit of a relief that, they're not just going to be throwing out, huge sums as far as trying to attract some of that talent on board. Now, maybe, a bit of consolidation, time to just sort of reorganize where everybody's going to fit into the picture. But, that's certainly been a question that the street has been asking, not just of Meta, but particularly given the fact that, it just felt like the sky was the limit when it came to, the sort of money that they were just splashing the cash with regards to building up this superintelligence group.
Sam, have analysts had a chance to weigh in just yet on some of these stories? I know it's speculative and we're kind of hearing things secondhand, but to me, what I'm seeing just as a bystander here is, wait, this is a company spending, 50-some billion or more on these projects, and it just seems messy, unorganized, and as if they're figuring it out as they go. I mean, that's fine if I'm like bootstrapping something out of my garage maybe, but we're talking about one of the biggest companies on planet Earth.
Yeah, that's right. As far as what analysts have been saying, I've been listening to a few conversations on various, media outlets as to, what certain people think of this. I mean, one take that I heard this morning, which was really fascinating, is the fact that Zuckerberg has pulled, things off before, and some strange things, big things, things that perhaps the street hasn't agreed with. But the jury is out on whether this is going to be, a Facebook or it's going to be a metaverse. Obviously they've doubled down on the whole AI thing. I mean, just remember 6 months ago, they assembled war rooms off the back of the DeepSeek breakthrough to try to really study this technology. So they're taking it obviously very, very seriously. But, this is obviously something that investors have been now questioning as well. As I say, not just of Meta, but the conversation and the narrative, particularly as we have started to see this pullback in tech in recent sessions, is, while, yes, analysts do believe that the demand is there and it is strong. I mean, just these stretch valuations and, this whole concept concept of just show me proof of all this spend, how are you going to monetize from this, is very much what is going to potentially, drive the volatility here, and leave some of these companies, vulnerable right now. So, yeah, it'd be very interesting to see, whether there is, a little bit more that comes out of, this reorganization and, what these people are actually going to be doing at the company because, as we know, in 9-figure salaries, a clash of egos, no doubt, has been something that many people have been talking about as well. It's like putting a football team together.
It really is. And I have to say, this is a team I don't think I would want to be a part of. I'm sure it's all like geniuses and people that have all been like the heads of their various departments for quite some time. So that sounds like a clashing of personalities. But hey, the important minds doing hopefully some work on their LLM, because that's been a huge area of concern from at least this street. But so appreciate it, Sam, for the breakdown today.